Hello my friends, I'm so excited to do this video for you guys today. I'm going to give you two examples of some spa-like home treatments. So for the first thing, you're going to need a bowl, a whisk, and a spatula. And we're going to be making bath bombs today, so you're going to need some molds. You can use something just like a measuring cup. This is a 1/8 measuring cup, that works great. I actually have some bath bomb molds, but I don't like using the whole. I just like using a half because the whole is too big. So first we're going to need 1/2 cup of baking soda, 1/2 cup of that. Just pour that right in. Any of the dry ingredients you can just pour right in. Then you're going to need 1/4 cup of citric acid. If you don't have citric acid, that's okay. You can use lemon juice or cream of tartar. You're just going to either need to introduce the cream of tartar in the dry ingredients or the lemon juice in the wet ingredients. And then last, we're going to take 1/4 cup of cornstarch. So go ahead and get that in there. Sometimes cornstarch sticks to the bowl for me. You're gonna watch me struggle for a minute. I don't know why it's sticking to the bowl, but you know, it's fine, it's cool. Next we have our wet ingredients, which is 1/4 cup of oil. I'm using just apricot seed oil, and in that 1/4 cup of oil, you're gonna need a 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla or water, whichever you'd like for the scent. Then you're going to take your whisk and you're going to mix together all your dry ingredients. You want to make sure these are nice and mixed together before you start incorporating the wet ingredients. You definitely need to make sure the citric acid, if you're using citric acid, is incorporated, or cream of tartar if you're using that. And if you're using cream of tartar, you do not need as much. You can just use about a tablespoon of that. So then you're going to want to make a little space right in the middle for your liquid ingredients to go. And again, right now it's just the oil and the either water or vanilla extract. You're going to put that there in the middle. You want it to be touching as little of the dry ingredients as possible because you don't want them to activate, because that's, you know, going to ruin your bath bomb. So then if this is the time to add any other scents or essential oils, I'm just going to use some lavender essential oil. And I'm just going to use 5, 6, 7 drops. Not that much at all because I don't want it to be a super powerful, and I definitely want my vanilla to shine through in this bath bomb. So then you're going to take your spatula and you're going to start combining, and you need to combine pretty quickly because the sooner that you combine it, the less it's going to get activated. And once again, you want it to get as little activation as possible so that it gives the most effect in the bath. Okay, now that you're done mixing it, you're just going to take any old spray bottle. I'm using an old cleaning spray bottle. You're going to give it a couple spritz of water. You don't want to do too much at one time, once again, because of the activation. And then you need to thoroughly mix it up after that. Thoroughly mix in any of that water. And then you're going to come back out after you mix it enough. Apparently I haven't mixed it enough. Man, I should have edited this video better. It's fine. Come back in with a couple more squirts, and you basically just want to spray it with this water until the mixture holds together. So after I do about 4 squirts, I stop and I try to see if the mixture is going to hold together. Typically that's enough because it does already have the oil in it, and either the vanilla or the other bit of water. It has a good amount that's going to be able to hold it together, so it doesn't need too much water. You can kind of feel with your spatula too to see if it's thick enough, basically. So now that you have your ingredients mixed, you're going to take your mold, and I'm going to take my 1/2 bath bomb mold, and you're going to fill it up. You're going to press it down, really pack it in, and then just scrape it off so that it's kind of even. There's an even top to it, or an even bottom, I guess that was what it would be. And you're going to keep pressing it down, really pack it in there, make sure that it's nice and firm and together. And once you've packed it together, you're going to turn it over, give it a couple pats, and squeeze it right out. Now these, you have to be really, really careful with them at this point once you get it out of there, because it can still break in your hand, but you need to put it somewhere to dry, and it's going to have to dry for about a day at this point. easiest sugar scrub in the world. This is called birthday cake sugar scrub. That's what I like to call it. Take about a cup of sugar, more or less, doesn't really matter that much, as long as you like the consistency. Then you're going to take about 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract, or however much you want. Again, it depends on you, depends on your preference. Then you're going to take about a 1/4 cup of your favorite body wash. You can also use oil if you'd rather, but I like using body wash so that it suds up and so that it doesn't leave a residue on my skin. And then just go ahead and mix that up. It's going to be pretty liquidy at this point, especially if you're using a vanilla extract that is very liquidy as opposed to kind of like jelly-like. So it's going to be liquidy, and next we're going to deal with how liquidy it is. Okay, so now I'm just going to add about 3/4 cup or about a whole nother cup of sugar in, a little bit at a time. I like using this method because I feel like it gets everything mixed together a little bit better than when you just dump in a bunch of sugar at once. Another thing you can do that I didn't mention a minute ago, scent-wise, if you want to do more of like a wedding cake scrub, you can add a little bit of almond extract or almond scented something as well, and that kind of smells like wedding cake. I've done that sometimes too, but this one's just the easiest sugar scrub I can think of. Once you got that all incorporated, just make sure that sugar is all in there, make sure the body wash and everything is all mixed together. You can make it thicker too, just add more sugar if you want the scrub to be thicker. I personally don't like it that thick. But once you've got it all mixed together, I like to add some sprinkles. Yes, these are just sprinkles, like food sprinkles, but it's really, really cool in the water, and it actually like spreads out. It'll bleed out the colors in the sugar scrub, and I think it's so pretty. And of course, since they're food items, they're totally fine to be in a bath with you. I think I'm gonna add a little more here in a second, yeah, because they're just so pretty. But of course, you don't have to do this part if you don't want that. You can just keep it plain and boring. Just kidding. I won't judge you if you do that. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope you learned how to make some cool stuff. Let me know what you think about it, and I might try some more stuff later. Bye, guys!